Hey there, welcome back to my channel, String Things by Mel. My name is Melissa. I'm a stay-at-home mom living in Vancouver, Canada, and on my channel I like to chat and share everything about my knitting hobby. Today, a little bit of new content from me. I've got a pattern roundup. Haven't done this before, don't know if it's going to be a regular thing, but I was feeling particularly inspired and went down a little bit of a pattern rabbit hole search after seeing a post on Instagram. This was a post from one of my husband's cousins. She was wearing a cardigan from the clothing brand called Sézane, and I looked at that photo of her and I thought, I could knit that. And not only could I knit that, I'm pretty sure there's already an existing pattern for that cardigan that she was wearing. And so I was curious and went onto the Sézane website and took a look at the rest of their current knitwear collection and started just looking at what other patterns I could find, pattern lookalikes for those Sézane garments. So here we are with a pattern roundup video. Now, before we get started, I wanted to mention a bit about sizing. So I dedicated only about an hour's worth of my time to searching for these patterns. I have 6 Sézane garments that I am going to share pattern lookalikes for. So that's really only up to about 10 minutes per garment for my search. And in terms of the sizing of the patterns, all the patterns go up to at least a size 4XL or 58-inch bust, and then some of them actually go beyond that to a 60-inch bust. And I'm sure, or hopefully, if I dedicated more time, I could hopefully find some more size-inclusive patterns to share. But I also wanted to take that as an opportunity to point out that it's really not that easy to find size-inclusive patterns, to actually match these existing garments from the Sézane website. So one thing, to search for size inclusive patterns on its own, but also to find some that are both size inclusive and match these garments, not as easy as it should be. So I just wanted to mention that. So that's why I have not labeled my video as saying, 6 size inclusive patterns, because not all of them go up to a 60-inch bust. Some of them only go up to a 58-inch bust. All right, so let's get started. So these are in no particular order, but I am going to use numbers 1 to 6 just so it's easy for you to go back and reference them in the description. And if you use Ravelry, I have created a bundle there so that you can access all the patterns on one page. All right, let's get started with my 6 Sézane sweaters you can knit for yourself. Number 1 is the Basil Cardigan. This is the cardigan that my husband's cousin was wearing in her Instagram post, and the cardigan that started this whole process. So this is an all-over brioche cardigan. It has slightly puffed sleeves, a very clean looking button band, and a V-neck opening. And my pattern lookalike for this one is the Maybury cardigan. This is a pattern from Emilie Lowden. It comes in 10 sizes, and the finished chest circumference ranges from 75 centimeters to 164 centimeters, or 30 inches to 65.5 inches. And that includes the recommended ease of at least 10 to 15 centimeters, or 4 to 6 inches. This is knit top down with the Raglan shaping, so seamless knit, DK weight yarn, and 4mm needles. This one is actually fisherman's rib, not brioche, but they look very similar. And a very neat thing about this pattern is that double knit button band is knit at the same time as the rest of the garment. So once you finish the garment, you're also done the button band, which is really nice, and you don't have to go back later to pick up the stitches. A little added thing, if you want to really get the Sézane look, is try to find buttons in a similar or same shade as your yarn color choice. Number 2 on my list is the Jacob Jumper. This is a high neckline or mock neck top, and the neck has a button closure which extends towards the shoulder. My pattern lookalike for the Jacob jumper is the Capbreton from Emilie or Atelier Emilie. Her pattern has 9 sizes. Chest circumference ranges from 91 centimeters to 156 centimeters, or 38 inches to 61.5 inches. And that includes the recommended positive ease of at least 6 centimeters or 2.25 inches. This is knit top down using a DK weight yarn on 4mm needles. The nice thing about DK weight is that you can also do a lace weight plus mohair. So if you want that little bit of fluff in your garment, that's also an option. Just make sure you hit gauge. Number 3 on my Sézane list is the Charlie jumper. This is a fitted rib knit long sleeve top. The Sézane version, obviously it's machine knit, so it looks like it's a very fine weight yarn used. So I actually have 2 pattern lookalikes for the Charlie jumper. The first one comes from Purl Soho. It's called the Ribbed Raglan Pullover. It comes in 8 sizes. The finished chest circumference ranges from 62 centimeters to 137 centimeters, or 24.25 inches to 54 inches. And that includes the recommended negative ease of 15 centimeters or 6 inches. This is knit on a fingering weight yarn in a 2x2 rib pattern on 3mm needles. It's top down and does have some short rows to make sure you get a nice fit at that mock neck. My second pattern lookalike, it's not a complete lookalike as it's broken rib stitch, but it has the same kind of almost 2x2 rib look, mock neck, and nice fitted and raglan shaping at the shoulder, and it's called the Luna Tee from Charissa. So this pattern has 14 sizes ranging from 71 centimeters to 153, or 28 inches to 61, and that includes the ease of 0 to 5 centimeters or 0 to 2 inches. Now, a note from the designer on the sizes: only sizes 1 to 8 were tested, so up to 44-inch bust. If you are looking to knit a larger size, she will give you the pattern for free in return of receiving some feedback for those larger sizes. This is knit with fingering weight yarn in a 2x2 broken rib stitch on 4mm needles, and it includes short rows and some shaping to achieve that really nice close fit. Next on my list at number 4 is the Berry cardigan. Now, this is described as a reversible cardigan. There's a V-neck opening with the buttons on one side, and the back or the front has a simple round neck. Now, the pattern I have chosen as the lookalike for the Berry cardigan is called the CARDI jumper, which comes from Vert Knits. Now, this is a pattern that comes in 8 sizes, ranging from 96 centimeters to 131 centimeters, or 38.25 inches to 52.25 inches. And that includes positive ease of 15 to 20 centimeters or 6 to 8 inches. Now, note on this one, the designer is looking to extend the size range of this pattern, so that's why I've included this one. A test call went out back in April of this year, and testing is still in progress for these. So hopefully, I don't know when, she has not expressed a time when the new sizes or the extended sizes will be available, but that's why I chose to still include this pattern in my list, because more sizes will become available at some point. This CARDI jumper is also marketed or advertised as a reversible cardigan as well, just like the Sézane cardigan. It's a stockinette, relatively simple looking design. It's knit on sport weight yarn with 3.5mm needles. Moving on to number 5 on my list is the Lucas Jumper. This is a long sleeve fitted top with a deep, somewhat bold button placket. So it's kind of like a Henley, but bigger. My pattern lookalike for this one is another pattern from Emilie, and it is the marine top. This comes in 9 sizes, ranging from 33 to 60 inches, or 84 centimeters to 152 centimeters, and that includes the recommended positive ease of 2 to 6 inches or 5 to 15 centimeters. This is knit top down with DK weight yarn, 3.75 millimeter needles. This one is knit with broken rib. The Sézane version looks a bit more just a regular rib pattern, but I thought they looked similar enough. I thought the marine was still a good lookalike for the Lucas Jumper. And if it hasn't been released by the time this video goes live, there's going to be a stockinette version of this sweater from Emilie as well. So take a look out for that one. If you don't want the broken rib version, she's got a stockinette version coming. And that brings us to the last Sézane cardigan or sweater, and it is the Melvin Jumper. So a Melvin Jumper is number 6 and the final one on my Sézane list. And this jumper or sweater features cables and baubles. I have 3 kind of lookalikes or recommendations for this one. The first one is the Eclair Raglan from Penrose or Penrose Knits. Now this one is different because it has Raglan shoulder, not a drop shoulder, but it incorporates some cables and baubles. There are 9 sizes in this pattern, ranging from 84 centimeters to 176.5 centimeters, or 33 inches to 69.5 inches, and that includes recommended positive ease of at least 12.5 centimeters or 5 inches. This is knit on Aran weight yarn using 5 millimeter needles, and this has stockinette sleeves. This is Sézane's jumper or sweater has some cabling on the sleeves, and you will probably think if you see the first photo, well, that one's a turtleneck. I recommend checking out the tester photos because she does have some testers that did regular round necks and some cropped lengths. So those ones definitely look a little bit more like the Melvin Jumper from Sézane. My second lookalike or recommendation for this is another pattern from Emilie, and it's called the Madeira 2. This pattern comes in 9 sizes, ranging from 94 centimeters to 156 centimeters, and that's 37 inches to 61.5 inches. That includes the recommended positive ease of at least 10 to 15 centimeters or 4 to 6 inches. This is a worsted weight garment knit on 5 millimeter needles, and some of you may not like this, but it is knit bottom up. But I thought this was a great lookalike option because it has, you know, very similar cable pattern with the baubles and also some cabling on the sleeves, just like the Melvin Jumper. And you know what? If you don't like bottom up, you don't have to knit this one, but some people do, so I included this one in the list. And just a note about the cables. The cabling, the pattern is in chart form only, so there's no word description, or it's not completely written out how to do the cabling pattern. That is noted on the sales page on Ravelry as well, but just wanted to mention that just in case you missed that when you're looking at the pattern. And my third and final lookalike for the Melvin Jumper is a pattern from Rachel Kurihara, and it is the Amara sweater. Now this one has a bit more texture than the Melvin Jumper, but like the Melvin Jumper, it does have the cabling and baubles along the front. This one has brioche sleeves and brioche texture along with the cables and the baubles. This sweater, the Amara sweater, comes in 9 sizes, ranging from 96.5 centimeters to 177 centimeters, or 38 inches to 70 inches. And that includes quite a generous recommended positive ease of 20 to 25 centimeters or 8 to 10 inches. This is knit using, well, a lot of different yarn combinations. Some people used, I think, 3 strands of mohair. You could use DK, you could use worsted. Recommended needle size is 5mm needles. And yes, cables, brioche stitch, and balloon sleeves. And that brings us to the end of the list of the 6 Sézane sweaters you can knit for yourself. If you know of any other pattern recommendations, please let us know in the comments below. And thanks so much for watching. Hang out with me, guys. I will see you in the next one. So until then, happy knitting. Bye.